So I thought that the Nike Vomero 18 was amazing, but they just one-up themselves with the Plus model. These are fantastic. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here. This is the Nike Vomero Plus. This is essentially the Nike Vomero 18, but the next model. There's going to be one more that's called the Premium. Those things look insane, so I can't wait to try those. However, we got to wait till like October. These guys release pretty soon, early August. So we're talking about them right now. They come in a regular Nike orange box, so just a performance box. And I, much like the last ones, you know, really just wear these for our walks and stuff. So we walk almost 5 miles a day. And this is something that I've come to enjoy. I used to loathe it, but now I really do enjoy it. Today, actually, I stepped things up a little bit. I put on, what was that, the 15-pound weight vest? That was pretty crazy. I was like, oh yeah, this is light work. This is nothing. And then by the end of the walk, I was like, God damn, my back, my shoulders, everything. Like I was like, I felt it all, but my shoes didn't. So these are fantastic, man. Like this is awesome. However, if you wanted a running perspective performance review, make sure that you head over to WearTesters.com where we've got you covered. But for here, this is just, you know, I'm just walking in them. I'm not casually walking. We're walking fast. I'm just saying we're not like running. However, they do make me feel like I want to run. And on top of that, you had said that like our speed was like crazy increased.
Yeah, you had a pep in your step.
Not on purpose. I didn't feel like I was walking faster, but like for whatever reason, these like propel you. It's such a weird but amazing feel. So some of the B-roll you're gonna see of the shoe is gonna be of them brand new. I did some B-roll before I started walking in them, and I'm glad that I did because I was able to see a little bit of wear and tear on the outsoles, which is kind of weird because I've only been wearing these for like a week, like every day for a week, but still. And it's only been for walking, so that's one of the things where durability on the outsole might be a concern for some, but it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. But either way, the outsole feels like it has a lot more rubber than the previous model or the previous version of the Vomero 18. This one's got more rubber everywhere, you know what I mean? However, the forefoot area where some of these lugs had some of those like little like nubs, like the little dots and stuff where they pay tribute to the waffle outsole, those are already gone. And this is only with, like I said, like a week's worth of like daily walking. So if you're running and you're really like hitting the pavement, it might burn through the rubber pretty quickly. It's very thin, not super durable, all that stuff. So if I'm already seeing like wear and tear with walks, I can only imagine the amount of beating that this outsole is going to take with running. But if you run on like a treadmill or you run indoors, like one of our new facilities here in the area has an indoor track and everything like that, which is really, really cool. But if you are one of those people, you'll probably be fine. Now, despite having all that extra rubber, the shoe itself feels incredibly lighter than the previous model, the Vomero 18. I don't know how. It's probably because of the cushion. The cushion's a little bit different, you know what I mean? This guy right here features full Zoom X, so the entire midsole is Zoom X, whereas the last model was a dual density setup that had Zoom X and React X. I will say that the Vomero 18 is ridiculously comfortable, but after those long walks, sometimes that cushion was a little bit too much and it would really stress out my calves and my ligaments and things like that. For whatever reason, even though this shoe feels thicker than those, like it's got like more cushion, you know what I mean? I'm not having that same problem. And on top of that, I was having those same leg issues when I was wearing the Pegasus Plus, which has full-on Zoom X and everything like that, but that Zoom X feels different than this one. The Zoom X on the Pegasus Plus was kind of like soft, squishy, fluffy. It still had some bounce back to it, but it was just more of a, like if you were to like land on a pillow, like that's kind of like how that felt, but the pillow would bounce back into shape, kind of like the pillows that they use in Airbnbs and hotels and shit. Like they feel like they got like air inside of the damn thing, so you can never get comfortable. It kind of felt like that, where you crash on and then it bumps you up a little bit. This is not like that. Like this Zoom X feels much different. It feels really bouncy. Like it's kind of weird. You can still compress it a little bit, but nowhere near the level that the previous Zoom X iterations that I've tried, like nowhere near that. And this right here, which I would attribute to our faster walking pace, coincidentally, just they feel like they're like really pushing you. Like whatever I'm putting on it, like it's moving me forward. You know what I mean? This is one of those first shoes where, despite the marketing where like they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like however much percentage energy return, you always roll your eyes. They're like, yeah, sure. This actually feels like it's doing just that, and you can literally feel it. It's super weird. It made me want to start running, and I don't want to run whatsoever, but like this was one of those shoes where when I'm wearing them and I'm moving that quickly already, I'm like, why not just start going a little bit faster? But either way, super comfortable. I don't have no leg problems with these. That's the weirdest part, is like it's so much cushion. You're so high off the floor. I was expecting my legs to be sore afterwards, and they're just not. Like, I've been excited every morning to put these on and go on my walks, and it's kind of weird. Now, the upper on these guys is very thin. This is nothing crazy. It's just textile everything. This particular colorway is not my real cup of tea or anything, but I could see this having great colors on it. I just don't think that this bright orange one is it. However, they do have a little bit of like an Air Max 97 vibe to them with all of those little ridges. So if they were to make like a silver bullet colorway or any other like OG Air Max 97 style colorway on this, I think that that would be pretty fun. I will say though that I love the swoosh that's under the mesh on the toe. I don't know why. It's understated, it's weird, but I really like it. It's something when I'm looking down, like I'm like, oh, that's a dope little touch. I dig that. The tongue feels just kind of basic. It doesn't feel like it's anything premium or anything like that, but it feels good. It's got a regular tongue. It's not like a thin, you know, like I just don't like them, like the Kobe 8s. If we're talking basketball, if we're talking running, what was that shoe that we just reviewed? The Ava Rover, where it's that thin felt tongue. Can't stand those things. So this is a more normal tongue. It does have ventilation still, so that's nice, even though it is on the thicker side. Some people may not like this, but I personally do. I think that this is fantastic. Actually, much like the Ava Rover, these have a very similar lacing structure, those little like cables and stuff. If you tie your shoes really tight, those potentially could break. I don't see that happening in running, but it happened a lot in basketball. Now the insole is this guy right here. I would say it's fairly basic. It doesn't feel like anything special. If you wanted to take it out and swap it out for anything else, you definitely could. I have been just fine with it. It's just a basic insole, just letting you guys know. In terms of fit and sizing, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that's exactly what I would go with. And because this is a running shoe, there is going to be some reflective pieces that you can see like right here on the heel. But my favorite one actually is not that one, even though that's cool too. My favorite one, and then there's these guys as well, but my favorite one is this. Like, that's just a weird placement for it. I love that there's branding on it too. I don't know, something about that like really gets me. I love that. Now, with all that being said, what is today's user submitted question of the day?
What do you do to keep from getting burned out on sneakers?
I don't know if that's a thing. Like, even when I'm like not feeling a sneaker, like what am I doing talking about the sneaker? I don't think that we get burnt out. I think that we get maybe tired, maybe a little worn out. I guess that's what burnt out is. But like, I don't know. If you're truly passionate about something, do you truly get burnt out with it? That's would be my question in reply to the question. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a movie buff, do you really get burnt out over watching movies, or do you get excited every time you go to watch a movie? If you love reading books, do you get tired of books? Like, obviously it sucks when one sucks, and that's what I feel like with a piece of footwear. Like, if one sucks, it's like, oh, that sucks. But it still gives you something to talk about, you know what I mean? I think that if you're truly passionate about something, you can't truly get burnt out with it, personally. That's like my view. If you are getting burnt out, fatigued, or whatever you want to call it, like whatever the word that you want to use, then I don't think that that's a passion of yours. Might be an interest, but maybe not quite a passion. But what about you guys? Do you guys get, what was the question, burnt out over footwear?
What do you do to keep from getting burnt out?
Oh yeah, it just happens naturally, man. I'm just not sick of this. I love shoes. So what about you guys? Sound off below, let me know. On top of all of that, are you excited for the Vomero Plus? I think it's kind of a weird name. They took out the 18, you know? It's clearly the 18 Plus. But this is a fantastic model, man. I think that this is better than the other one. Makes me really excited to try out the Premium, I think is what it was called. When you see that much cushion in a shoe and it's actually like you could touch it, you know what I mean? Like those airbags you could touch. I'm sorry, man, but talk about passion. Hot damn, it's steamy in here.
Alrighty then.
But sound off below and let us know if you tried these out. Also let us know what you think about them, whether it's for walking or running. I think it is a perfect shoe for both. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.